I'm waiting for my audio guy, my Chiron guy.
He's like,
All right, stand by. Everybody ready? Logan?
oh,
Lindsay? Here we go. All right, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. My cue, they're
Welcome to Overtime, your weekly roundup into everything going on in the world of high school sports in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. I'm Ian Hess from ESPN 106.3. Well, Dusenberry, the man with his finger on the pulse of it all, our high school expert here to break it all down. A lot going on this week as we shift our focus to 2016 in the football recruiting class. A historic week for the Miami Hurricanes recruiting in this area. And the state basketball tournament is coming down to the wire. So, dudes, you ready?
you better believe it.
All right, a reminder that you can always get in the show by tweeting us with the hashtag Overtime1063.
Stand by to roll B.
Begin the show with a little segment we call the buzzer beater. 90 seconds on the clock to break down the week's biggest stories. Dudes, let's focus on the 2016 football class. You came out with your top 63 watch list this past week. No surprise seeing Vero Beach defensive end Patrick Bethel there.
Yeah, this guy's an absolute monster. 6'3",
stand by to roll
242 pounds. Just a beast on the defensive line. One of the best defensive players in the area this past season. Someone that started since his freshman year for the Vero Beach football team. So this is a guy who's getting so much recruiting attention, and he is going to be a monster to check out in the year to come.
Another guy that will get a ton of attention from the nation's top programs, Fort Pierce Central offensive lineman Stuart Reese.
I talked about Patrick Bethel being a big guy. Stuart Reese makes him look like a sixth grader. Stuart Reese, 6'6", 330 pounds. This guy is just a mammoth on the offensive line and offensive tackle. It's easy to see why so many Division I schools are interested in him. Pretty much everyone has offered him already. He's going to be a monster.
A lot of cooking for a 6'6", 330-pound high school.
Pretty much.
Suncoast quarterback.
All right, roll D.
Ain't nothing like a name, right? That's a great name for a quarterback.
Absolutely. He's going to be the top signal caller in the area next season. He's got a fantastic arm, really good pro-style quarterback. Miami's already offered him earlier in the year. Florida showed a lot of interest with the previous coaching staff. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with the new one. Northwestern very interested as well. I think we're going to start to see a lot more offers that'll come very soon for him.
Finally, Devin Singletary from American Heritage, an exciting back to the Stallions.
Absolutely, he was really the key.
Back out to the two-shot next. Coming out to the two-shot on two.
For a reason here, he never stops, never quits on this. Really power back, but has speed as well. Look for him to be a big threat as well.
We never quit on overtime.
Everybody's up.
Just under the buzzer. Well, what a week for the Miami Hurricanes. Already with the top recruiting class heading into 2016, and a pair of those guys are from Palm Beach County. In Wellington's Amon Richards, St. Lucia's Zach McLeod. Then this past week, the Canes pick up another three from our area alone. Dudes, let's start with Pahokie's MacArthur Burnett.
Yeah, he's an absolute electric back from Pahokee here. He's really someone that can go on the ground, pick up a ton of yardage here. This was a recent one this past week. I think he's going to be a big-time threat for Pahokee this offense next season, and I think that's a really solid pickup for Miami.
Fort Pierce Central linebacker Greg Simmons also verbally committed.
He got the offer just this past week, and he committed fairly soon after. He took a visit down there, unofficially checking out Miami's campus, and he's someone that he said this was his dream offer to have University of Miami offer. He's loved the program growing up forever, so I think it was natural that he ended up committing to the University of Miami. Some players you might say, could they maybe go back? Will they kind of decommit or whatever? I think he's pretty solid on UM. He's always loved that program, so that was not too much of a surprise.
And with Stuart Reese in that program too, that could be a heck of a year coming up for Fort Pierce Central. Well, things sort of got going on this one. Wide receiver Isaiah Johnson flipped from Louisville.
Yeah, he was kind of the breakout guy offensively.
All right, back to Ian on the desk.
Really good deep threat. He committed to Louisville a couple months ago, but then switched to Miami.
You want me to hit the two-shot first?
Very recently, he took an unofficial visit. He was down there.
I'm going to hit the two-shot and then turn into one.
He is just a big-time target here. He's big. He's got good size. Can go downfield here. I think he's going to be another one. He's committed to Miami now. But you can see maybe some other schools jumping into the mix here, but we'll see. So right now, committed to Miami.
A lot of excitement on the recruiting trail, and it feels like National Signing Day just ended. Well, from the gridiron to the hardwood, the state basketball tournament is heating up for both the boys and the girls. With the ladies, a whopping 4 teams from Palm Beach County. We're heading to Lakewood, including defending 2A state champ Grandview.
All right,
Hopefully
it's
a
up.
repeat for the Pride, however
you
they
don't.
fell in the championship to FAMU. Cardinal Newman
All right.
also falling in the
Deuce
4A
is gonna
state semis.
chime in
Both
here.
Arizona and Palm Beach Lakes will go
So
for a
next
state
group you
championship
have is
over the
page
weekend.
12,
Deuce,
right?
What an amazing representation of girls hoops in our area.
It's
4 teams.
It's
from Palm
pretty
Beach County.
incredible having 4, and that's obviously 4 different classes here.
All right,
Amazing
stand by to
job.
we'll see.
And we'll see with Palm Beach Lakes here. They're an outstanding group as well, so they're going to try and win their first ever state championship.
We were talking earlier, you can only have as many as 8, and really when you look at the districts, 5 or 6 might be the most.
Yeah,
And 4 is
absolutely.
amazing. On the boys' side
All right,
of
we'll
things,
see.
well, they're getting good. 5 area teams made it to regional finals, including the Wellington Wolverines.
next.
Yeah, this is a team that's just been so red hot the second half of the season here. I only have 3 losses on the entire season. 2 of them were in the first 4 games. So this is a squad super athletic. They can get up and down. They kind of rolled through their first 2 games. They're going to have to go on the road the next round and play Stoneman Douglas. I think that's a favorable matchup though for Wellington though. I think I really like their chances of making it to a Final Four. They've got really all the pieces you like, the athletic backcourt guys that can get up and down. And that's really the key in this time of year and in March is having those athletic guys who can get to the hoop. That's the key in Lakeland. So I like what Wellington has going right now.
We see some dunks from them. We'll see another one coming up in a little bit. Cardinal
Roll
Newman
D,
in
white
4A
B.
is another team that is a serious contender for a state title.
Absolutely. This is another team that's so incredibly well
So
balanced. They've
B
got big
next.
man John Collins, Wake Forest signee, point guard KJ Fitzgerald, and so many role players, guys that can shoot from 3-point range, can hit like Scott Perry, Casey McClure. You look all across the board, Andrew Hours. They've just got such a very spread out team here. That's supporting cast Abdul Dial, another kind of slasher type player. They're very well balanced. They have that big 2 with Fitzgerald and Collins, but it's been the supporting cast that's been really big. And this is a determined group. Only 1 loss all season. That was to St. Andrews early on in the season. They've cruised since then, and they're hungry and they want it very badly. So I think they've got a very good chance here of making it to Lakeland.
What an interesting and unique scenario we could have.
All right,
in
roll
2A.
B, white B.
Grandview and Atlantic Christian could end up squaring off in the state semis. A
All
Palm
right.
Beach County
Who's
affair.
play is
How are the
next?
Pride
Come on,
looking?
come on.
Pride are looking very good. This is a program that is a regular
All right.
destination in Lakeland. 8 consecutive trips to the Final Four. They've been in the state championship game the past 2 seasons. I like them to advance here. I really like what they have going on here. Jamal Palmer, Jordan
right, stand by
Copeland,
C.
Juwan Frazier, some really excellent guard play. The interesting one is Atlantic Christian Academy, aka the artist formerly known as Summit Christian School, is that they've been cruising recently. They have a fairly easy
30 seconds.
region here, and like we were talking about earlier, they won their first 2 games by 50 points each in the playoffs. I think that's a little bit more so about the teams they were playing in here, but they're a good team, but they're going to have to beat Sarasota Christian, who's a pretty solid squad. But that'd be pretty interesting to see Grandview Prep and Summit, or Atlantic Christian here, because Grandview Prep and Summit Christian, they had some good battles early on a few years ago in the state finals.
Well, how amazing would that be?
All right.
Boca
Stand by,
Raton
roll
versus
C.
West Palm
Yep.
in the state semis, usually a regional affair.
Stand
To
by,
have
roll
that
C.
would be something special. All right, time now for our coolest play
C's
of
rolling.
the
It's
past
up.
week. We mentioned the Wellington Wolverines. Doesn't get much better than this.
Alex Didon, that dude can get up and throw it down here. That was a perfect pass by Trent Frazier.
You have
a
your names
really
on the
explosive
backside.
player as well. The crazy thing about this play right here, they were down by
Video
3 with
here.
less than a minute 20 left in this game. So this was a gotta have it play, and they got it.
And he looks like he's almost throwing it out of bounds before Didon comes out of nowhere. This may be saving the season, then they go on to beat Jupiter and look out for the Wolverines. We always say the
I'll
year
show
of
it
the
one more time.
Wolverine continues, and it just might have been saved with Alex Didon.
All right,
throwing
there
it
you
down.
are, back up.
Well, that will do it for us on Overtime.
We got some
Just a
music
reminder
sneaking
to follow
in.
this guy on Twitter at NewsReport1063 and join the conversation throughout the week using the hashtag Overtime1063. For everyone at ESPN West Palm and WPTV, I'm Ian Hess. Have a great night.
And 3, 2, 1. Let's fade it all out. We're away. Okay.